Shalawam. I would like to begin by giving all honor, glory, and praise to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, the men I do learn this truth from. This is the brother Yeshaya, and this lesson is going to go into this video that I had seen, and I'll go ahead and press play on it in the post-production. But let me see.
This woman talked about how she had a head full of natural hair. Most black women do not have long hair. They do not have long natural hair. Black hair does not grow. It does not grow at the same speed as other races. If you are one of the unicorns where you can cut your hair, this woman talked about how she had a head full of natural hair. Most black women do not have long hair. They do not have long natural hair. Black hair does not grow. It does not grow at the same speed as other races. If you are one of the unicorns where you can cut your hair, this woman talked about how she had a head full of natural hair. Most black women do not have long hair. They do not have long natural hair. Black hair does not grow. It does not grow at the same speed as other races. If you are one of the unicorns where you can cut your hair,
So you seen the clip, just to make it clear, this truth, that came in the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. It is not about your appearance. You see, because sometimes you'll catch other nations looking like Israelites. So we want to make that clear. And these curses in the Bible, they fit the nation of Israel as a whole, but it does not affect every single Israelite. You see, these curses are various, however the Lord sees fit. So, getting straight into the precepts, this one came to mind, of course. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 6. And, the little title right above verse 16 on my end, it says, Judah's women denounced. So, Judah, in today's time, are you so-called blacks. You see, you Eves, on down to the northern tribe, the northern tribes, which consist of, the 10 tribes. But Judah is the head tribe. So they're women. This is them being denounced. And this is how you know the so-called black woman is the Judites. Here it reads, Moreover, Yahawah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty. Okay, so they think highly of themselves. You see, they feel as if they're above all. They feel as they're goddesses. Because they've been treated like they're some type of god or queen by Esau, first and foremost, the wicked, as well as the wicked of our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that worship women. This is why Mother's Day, our women should naturally be mothers. We shouldn't have to encourage that or try to force some type of folly day. You see, but you're naturally meant to be mothers. You're supposed to care for the children of Israel. But it says, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. The type of strut, you walk around thinking you're some type of, all that in a bag of chips. It says, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. And here's the point. Verse 17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. And Yahawah will discover their secret parts. So the Lord, this is a curse unto you Judite women. You see? Not every Judite woman, because you've seen it in the clip, and I may have been an Israelite, but I wanted to make that clear. You do have other nations that take on the appearance of an Israelite. That's why the Lord has the parable of the wheat and the tares. Look up the plant wheat and then look up the plant tare. And you're going to see, damn near identical plants. But this is why the Lord is going to keep the wheat and, get rid of the tares. But let's go ahead and go to another verse. This is going to be Isaiah, so still the same book, but chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And this is referring to a woman's private areas. And this has a lot to do with how she wears them tight ass pants. Right now you got a bunch of folly with that song with Drake and Sexy Red about, letting their privates breathe. But that was actually ancient customs. A woman is supposed to not have her, her feminine area covered up. It's supposed to, that's why women are supposed to wear modest apparel. That's part of it. It's a spiritual thing. It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. So a woman does not know how to take care of herself in this time. And I'm not saying all Israelite women or all women, but the majority of women in these times are not led in that right path. It says, and instead of a girdle, a rent. So our women are a bit overweight. They're fat. You got a bunch of big Shirleys out there. It says, and instead of well-set hair, baldness. Because in Corinthians, it goes into how the hair is a glory to a woman. But the Lord had set these curses on our people because they refused to honor Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. And another one that comes to mind is, she's deprived of wisdom. A woman needs guidance, and that's going to come in the form of an Israelite man, a righteous Israelite man. Because just because you're a so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, that does not make you righteous. I don't give a damn if you're an Israelite. If you're not a brother, you don't serve the Lord, you're not my brother. But it says, and instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. So you're ugly. A lot of our women are ugly. So they smell, they're fat, they have no hair, and they're ugly. It's tough, man. It's a tough time for you so-called, women, because you don't even act like a woman at the end of the day. You want to usurp authority and try to play your part as a man, which you can't. So the Israelite woman, because I'm not going to just get at the southern kingdom, but the northern kingdom as well. You women are out of touch. You need to submit to your husbands, and that's how you honor Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi. So let's continue, especially if your husband is in this truth, man. You got to play your part and be a wife or be a mother, But let's continue. We're going to jump, since I mentioned it, we're jumping to 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 15. Let's grab it in the NLT. And isn't long hair a woman's pride and joy? For it has been given to her as a covering. So this is why the Lord commands that men keep their hair short, because it's not our glory, it's a woman's glory to cover up with her hair. Have her hair over, long hair, just as a man's supposed to have a long beard. You see the difference? A man has a beard, And I like to believe, since I can't grow a full-grown beard, that's part of my curse. That's part of what the Lord put me through. So don't you women don't get all emotional and think this is personal attacks. No, we are suffering as a nation. The so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, whether you're a man, a woman, or a child, we're suffering. We need Yahawashi. You see, but a woman's glory is her hair. I'll grab it in the KJV. But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering. So that's how the Lord, he basically, gave you a covering with your hair, to keep yourselves modest, and a man's supposed to grow out his beard. But we'll get into the curses now. I'll grab Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass. So this is prophecy. This is something that had came about. If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahawah thy God, which ultimately comes in this book, the men that understand this Bible and are able to teach these things. If you don't listen, it says, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So that's what happened. These curses began to come over the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And you speckled birds, because there's Israelite foreigners out there. You see? And there may be Israelite Judite women, you know, from the tribe of Judah that look like the so-called white people. You see, that look like Edomites, but they go back to Israel. And yes, they may have long blonde hair, but they go back to Judah. You see how deep the Lord can make these things? So ultimately, we're not supposed to judge according to appearance. Because you may have an Edomite that looks like a so-called black woman with short hair. You know, the Lord is very, very, let me see if I want to use this word. I'll look it up before I say it. Let me see. Yeah, I guess I'll use it. It's not super on point, but I'll use it. The Lord is very articulate. And here's one of the definitions. It says, articulate. Express an idea or feeling fluently and coherently. It says they were unable to articulate their emotions, pronounce something clearly and distinctly. There you go. Pronounce something clearly and distinctly. Hey, so the Lord pronounced these curses upon you, the nation of Israel. You know, let's just get that straight across. But let me go ahead and close out with this verse. In the same chapter, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So this is how we understand who we are as a people. You see, so once we had glory, once we did know our power, but then the Lord took that and stripped it away from us as a people. And now here we are finding back out who we're designed by, who we were meant to serve, who we're meant to worship, who we're meant to call upon. We're no longer tied down to this spiritual wickedness in high places. You see, so the Lord is going to come and save his elect. Rawchaa, the lesson was edifying. Shalawam to the elect of the nation of Israel.